Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here today to talk to you about the crime in Las Vegas, Nevada. Over the past several years, crime has went up, and most of these crimes are property crimes, but there's a significant increase in domestic violence and homicide related to the domestic violence crimes. According to Crime Grade 2025, in 2024, there were 11 domestic violence homicides, and that is up by 36%. The total crime for Las Vegas, according to Crime Grade, was 4.60%. The root causes are economic stability. People are having problems making ends meet. Maybe they lost their job. Maybe there's an illness. Maybe there was a death. And so it's a typical stress endeavor where you have problems dealing. So you take it out on your wife or whoever is closest to you. Um, then another factor is gun rate violence. Anymore, we have strict gun laws, but yet people can still get firearms, and people go into a rage and they end up shooting somebody, and that happens with domestic violence cases quite often. Sometimes they're accidental, sometimes they're on purpose, sometimes things just get out of hand and it goes. And another factor is addiction. A lot of times with addiction, alcohol or drugs, people tend to fight a lot and it's blamed on the addiction, but it's our emotions are raveled and a lot of alcoholics become angry and drug users will do whatever they have to do to get their fix. So then you also have a lot of abuse and a lot of domestic violence. On the plus side of that, if they do go through rehab and counseling, Al-Anon and AA and NA, both parties can get help to see where the triggers are. The abuser can hear what they are doing to the victim, and it's a good learning experience on both ends of the spectrum. Another theory is strain theory. Basically suggesting that people are blocked from not experiencing success in some way or another. Maybe, again, it could be a job loss. Say you worked in a casino and then your casino went under. Well, then you're out of a job. Great examples would be Las Vegas tourism during COVID, where there was no tourism and a lot of people ended up losing their jobs. Um, but the Sarah model application is something where the police can identify what the domestic violence is. They can the data and they can transport it to the shelters and they can examine the pattern. Non-policing strategies would be like hospital based violence interventions. Okay, so maybe if somebody is violent, instead of throwing them in a jail cell, we maybe put them in the hospital room until they calm down, have a counselor, somebody speak to them to see if there's something that the community can do so the violence is uplifted. And community-based violence interventions, um, use of violence interventions interpreters to also see what the root cause is. The policing strategies, lethally assessed protocol or LAP. Um, Their structured screening tools access the risk during domestic violence calls and refer victims to services immediately, such as the Safe Center. If a police officer comes out to my house and I'm being abused, instead of keeping me in that house and having something traumatic happen to me, then they could refer me on to a safe center, and the safe center could help me either leave or fix the situation and help me get counseling and help my spouse get counseling so these tragedies do not end up happening anymore. And also, if the police are involved, then we, instead of using a bullet to take them out or, to warn them, whatever, then maybe using other tactics such as if they will not calm down, then a tactful, maybe stun approach, something to get them to calm down. And after the parties are calmed down, then we need to figure out why this is happening and go from there. Hey, I would like to thank you for your time today, and hopefully we can get these domestic violence and homicide rates to go down. Thank you very much. Have a good day.